Hey, welcome back. So today, we're going to talk about something that a lot of people feel, but very few people actually understand. We're talking about toxic parenting. And before you click away and say, oh, that doesn't apply to me, just stay for a second. Because the most damaging kind of toxic parenting doesn't look like abuse. It doesn't look like screaming or hitting. It looks like a normal childhood. It feels like love. But somewhere deep inside you, something never felt quite right. So today, we're breaking down 5 signs you were raised by a toxic parent. And the uncomfortable truth is, most people watching this won't even realize it applies to them. And if any of these hit home for you, drop a number in the comments. Just a number. You don't have to explain anything, just let me know you're here. Okay, sign number 1. They made their emotions your responsibility. You know that feeling as a kid walking into a room and immediately scanning the energy? Is mom okay today? Is dad in a mood? Do I need to be invisible right now? Or is it safe to exist? You were a child. That should never have been your job. But it was, every single day. And here's where it gets really interesting. Because now, as an adult, you walk into every room and do the same thing. You read everyone's energy. You over-apologize for things that aren't your fault. You feel responsible for how other people feel. That's not who you are. That's what you were trained to be. Sign number 2. Love in your house was conditional. Think about this honestly. When you did well, got good grades, behaved perfectly, made them proud, did you feel loved? And when you failed, when you made a mistake, when you were just having a bad day, did that love disappear? That's conditional love, and it's one of the most silent forms of emotional damage a parent can pass on. Because now you're an adult who can never fully relax, who always feels like you're one mistake away from losing everything and everyone. That anxiety isn't random. It has a starting point, and it started in that house. Sign number 3. They never said sorry, not once. I want you to genuinely think about this. Can you remember a single time your parent looked you in the eye and said, I was wrong, I hurt you, I'm sorry? For a lot of you, nothing is coming up, and that silence speaks volumes. Because in their world, they were always right, and you were always too sensitive, too dramatic, overreacting. So you stopped expressing how you felt. You learned that your pain was an inconvenience to them, so you buried it, and you kept it moving. And now you struggle to tell people when they've hurt you because somewhere inside, you still believe your feelings don't really matter. They do. They always did. Sign number 4. Nothing you did was ever enough. You got an A, why not an A+? You came first, but did you really give it everything? You achieved something incredible, and instead of celebration, you got comparison. Nothing was ever enough. And I want to ask you something personal. Do you celebrate your own wins, or do you immediately think, yeah, but I could have done better? That voice in your head that says you're not good enough, that says you don't deserve to be proud, that is not your voice. That's their voice, living rent-free in your head, and it's time to evict it. Sign number 5. Guilt was their favorite weapon. After everything I've done for you, I gave up my whole life for you. You're so selfish. Fine, go. I'll be fine here alone. Does that sound familiar? Because if it does, you know exactly how heavy that guilt feels. Guilt was their tool, because guilt keeps you close. Guilt keeps you quiet. Guilt keeps you small. And now, as an adult, you physically cannot say no without feeling like a terrible person. You cannot set a boundary without a wave of shame washing over you. That is not weakness. That is not who you are. That is programming. And here's the most important thing I want you to hear today. You can unlearn it. Look, I know some of you are watching this right now and feeling a lot of things right now. Maybe relief that someone finally said it. Maybe grief for the childhood you deserved. Maybe even guilt for feeling this way about your own parents. And I just want to say, all of that is okay. Every single feeling is valid. None of this was your fault. You were a child. You just needed to feel safe. You needed to feel seen. You needed someone to tell you you are enough exactly as you are. And if nobody ever told you that, let me tell you now. You were enough then, you are enough now, and you deserve to heal. If this video hit home for you, share it with someone who needs to hear this. You never know who's silently carrying this and waiting for someone to finally say it out loud. And if you want more content like this, content that actually explains why you feel the way you feel, make sure you subscribe because we talk about this stuff every week. Drop your number in the comments, 1 through 5, whichever sign hit you the hardest. I read every single one. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.